Hey, we're Rob and Chris Taylor of Two Travel Dads. We are up in Halifax, Nova Scotia.
I know, so far away from the West Coast.
This is actually our last night here, so we're going to give you a recap of everything that we've been doing. It's been a blast. Well, day one we landed in Halifax.
Yeah.
And before we even checked into the hotel, we went and got dinner because after you've been traveling from the West Coast to not just the East Coast, but it's like East Coast plus when you're all the way out here. We were starving. So we went to this really great place called the Wooden Monkey.
The Wooden Monkey.
And it's actually in the ferry building for the foot ferry that goes back and forth from Dartmouth, which is the city that we're in. Where are we? Do you remember?
Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia.
So that was our first like Nova Scotia experience, was like just like good food. So we are at the Best Western Plus Dartmouth Hotel and Suites, which is just across the bay from Halifax.
The hotel was awesome. Like, we got here kind of late, and the first thing that we did after getting here was get undressed, get the shorts on, and head right down to the pool because
the pool here has a water slide.
So we've had a long day of travel all the way from Seattle to Halifax, Nova Scotia, and the only thing we could do is just, go to the pool because we got this awesome water slide set up and an awesome pool, and it's all just for us.
There's like one of those mushroom sprinkler things.
Like a splash pad area.
A splash pad area, yeah. And so it was really great for the kids.
We have taken full advantage of it, not just then, but over the course of being here, which is great.
Day 2.
Oh.
You remember?
The bomb cyclone.
It was the bomb cyclone. Extremely windy.
Oh my gosh, this is awful.
Torrential downpours. Just right in the morning after we were done with breakfast. It was all about flipping our itinerary and figuring out what can we do indoors now. So we still did the Maritime Museum,
which was awesome.
But I think one of the coolest things that they had there at the museum was learning how to send your name in Morse code. And so that was pretty cool. The kids got to write their name out and figure out how to send their name in Morse code, and then got a little certificate after they were done.
That was cool. But we started there, and then
well, we had to figure out where else to go. We still needed an indoor space. But we found the Discovery Center, which wasn't on our itinerary. We had no intentions on going there.
We are going to the Discovery Center because what else can you do in the rain like this?
This was one of my favorite children's museums because the stations that they have set up for kids to learn, instead of having regular tablets where kids just like to tap, 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 they actually have the station set up so it still used technology, but the kids still had to interact in a way that kept them engaged and still got them to learn. And there's always a bubble room, so whenever you have a bubble room, that's a bonus.
If you don't know what a bubble room is, it's a room that has a drain in the center of the floor and stations all over to blow large-scale bubbles.
Exactly.
So if you're not a parent yet and you haven't experienced a bubble room, or if your kids are really young, you need to find one just for your own enjoyment because it's awesome.
Yeah. The clouds parted, the sun came out, the rain stopped, and so we finally were excited to be outside.
This is the best part about your itinerary getting messed up, is the things that you get to discover. So we found this amazing little cove that what was so great about it was not just that it was neat and it was a genuine like Nova Scotia fishing village. It had rows of just colorful shops and little houses and very much like an active community. Cool photo tip, if you're ever in a place right after it rains, look for puddles to do really, really cool photography because you can get some great reflections.
Yeah, you got some really good ones.
And then we headed off for Blomidon Provincial Park, which is where you have the Bay of Fundy and the most epic tidal flats we've ever seen anywhere.
So we are walking way out here into the Bay of Fundy.
It looked like Martian land.
That's the best description of it ever. It was red sand that stretched out for a half mile out into what would normally be, water, but it's the Bay of Fundy. It's the biggest tides in the world.
Thank goodness we're here at low tide.
Well, there was waterfalls spilling onto this red sand beach.
The colors are amazing, and there's 2 bald eagles flying over us right now.
After that, that's when we went to Holes Harbor.
Oh, I loved Holes Harbor.
Yeah.
Well, because I loved the food part of our travels, and so Holmes Harbor was amazing because it was this little tiny town.
I'd say if you blinked, you'd miss it, but if you blinked, you'd actually crash your car because it's a town built on a jackknife road.
Well, the best part of Holmes Harbor was the Holmes Harbor Lobster Pound. They had the most delicious lobster meals available. Bob had the lobster poutine.
I broke my vegetarianness to have lobster poutine.
He did. They had this lobster cheese, like grilled cheese sandwich, and it looked lobster incredible. With cheddar and Havarti and this cream cheese with finely chopped dill and tomato and some pepper flakes. It was delicious. It was amazing. And I was glad I took the lady's recommendation.
Are you done talking about your sandwich?
It's worth talking about.
And we finished out our day by heading out to Annapolis Royal, and it's adorable. Picture perfect little Nova Scotian town with lighthouse on its waterfront and great like walking paths, and it even had a rainbow sidewalk.
Yeah, there's lots of rainbow sidewalks here.
Oh my gosh, Nova Scotia is all about the rainbow sidewalk. It's amazing.
You guys ready to go to the pool? Yeah, long day.
Our room here is also really wonderful. So we've got a huge room, 2 queens and a pull-out. It's great for being able to unwind at the end of the day and let the kids go to bed, and then we have like a separate room kind of. Today was our 3rd and final day of like actual exploring. When we first started researching what we wanted to do in the Halifax area, everybody goes, Peggy's Cove, it's the best place ever.
We're at Peggy's Cove, Nova Scotia right now. It's an amazing place.
Turns out it's totally true. We got there right when some tour buses did also, which made it so that it was really very busy.
There's a lot of people all around the lighthouse.
But if you can be there in between tour buses, they seem to all be on the same schedule, then it's perfect.
You can really walk around everywhere and get some really great views.
And today we lucked out. We actually got to be there while somebody was playing bagpipes. Like the waves were crashing around and there was wind and there's this piper doing his bagpiping.
We wanted to go to Ovens Nature Park. It's really cool with cool rocks and cave and all that, tide pools, but it was closed for the season. And the cranberry farm is closed already for the day. Everything we want to do is closed, but it's still beautiful here.
With these smaller tourist areas, they don't really have a big web presence, and I think that's where we have a really great opportunity as bloggers, is to share information that's missing or that they don't know is really valuable to make really clear to the public. So we'll be sharing about Ovens and that it's this really cool nature park that you can only go to in between
through May
through September.
Then we went to Blue Rocks, checked out some of the nice little fishing shacks and stuff that were there, and then we ended up going back to Halifax where we were able to finish up and have our final dinner and do our final pool time, which the kids were really looking forward to.
One more run on that water slide. That is what 4 days in Halifax and the surrounding area is like. Really, I can't stress enough how much fun it was and how beautiful it was. We heard on the street that had we been here a week earlier, the fall colors were even more at their peak, which is really difficult for me to believe because of what we saw. It was incredible. If you want to do this in the fall, it sounds like the 1st and 2nd week of October is the best time. We're here in the 3rd week of October, totally fine still. It's been great to be based in Dartmouth here at the Best Western. It is perfect for our family. It's nice to have such a comfortable and relaxing and quiet home base to come home to each day versus being smack dab downtown. So give us a follow at twotraveldads.com, twotraveldads on Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. So next time you want to book something, go ahead and check out bestwestern.com for finding your next travel destination. Don't always trust Google Maps.
This road wasn't that bad. That road was exceptionally bad, and now the car is stuck.
Turns out it was snowmobile route number 91.
Spray on that.
Actually, look at Street View and really review your routes when you're going someplace that you're not familiar with.
Don't always trust Google Maps.
Yeah.